Myself Vaibhav. In today's session, we are seeing that the equity segment in the European Union is trading lower, and I think, given the backdrop of rising treasury yields for US 10-year treasury yields have now gone above 1.6 again, and given the fact that DAX, which is the instrument of choice for today's session, has been trading on the all-time highs, and after these all-time highs, some correction can't really be ruled out. So we will look into that aspect as well. And I feel after these new highs and the consolidation thereafter, some correction is pretty much expected, and we will see what are the technical things which we need to watch out for in today's session as we gear up for the US session to begin. Let's see the industrial production data which we got for the euro area. And after 26 months, the industrial production has gone up in the euro area. And this is happening as the COVID restrictions have been eased across the European Union. And as a result of that, and also being helped by the vaccination rollout, the industry is feeling more optimistic, and as the demand is picking up for the goods, we are seeing the uptick in the production segment also. And I think for next couple of months as well, we can expect the industrial production to continue to rise, and it might even gather pace moving ahead. Later in the day, we are also scheduled to get the United States University of Michigan's consumer survey data. And here, I think we will need to watch out for the consumer sentiments on the economy. As the expectations are, we might see some improvement and we might get the reading above 88 for this time. And if we consider other aspects, the inflationary expectations are likely to hover close to the 3 percentage point for 5 years, and near-term inflation expectations might remain above 2%, closer to 2.5%. So let's see how the data is as and when it is released in next couple of hours. Now shifting our focus to the technical segment, we will first see the outlook for DAX, and then we will also see the light crude oil's technical outlook. Let's start with the DAX. This is the daily time frame chart, and here the DAX has shown the breakout, and now it has gone on to touch these all-time highs closer to the 14,500 mark. And for today's session, it is trading in the negative territory. It is experiencing some losses, some selling momentum on the higher side, and I think we can expect the DAX to correct in today's session as well as for next couple of sessions. The momentum might shift to the bearish side, and on the lower side, the key area to watch out will be this prior swing high. This is the price area which I think is likely to act as the near-term support. So from current valuations, we do have the downside of around 2 percentage point. So that's the move I am looking at. And on the higher side, if we want to look at the immediate high, which is there around 14,600. I think the peak is not that much. So, looking from the risk reward perspective, also, this scalping opportunity looks favorable enough. If you consider the pivot point formation, it is still pointing to the continuation of the bullish trajectory from medium to longer term perspective, as this pivot point series is drawn on the monthly time frame. But we have to keep in mind that for last couple of sessions, the DAX has struggled closer to this second resistance of this month's pivot point series, and only after this due consolidation, it is trying to break on the lower side. If you consider the regression curve is also still inclined on the bullish side. But if we see that the price action is able to break below this middle band of this curve, then maybe some shift might happen in the sentiments. And as I said while explaining the daily time frame chart, also the price area of around 14,200 is going to be crucial moving forward, as that was the prior swing high before this breakout happened. And moving forward also, this is the area I think is likely to act as the near-term support for the DAX. So in today's session, anything below this 50 SMA, and I would suggest looking for shorting opportunities, even right now or even 1 or 2 hours back. After the start of European trading session, we saw this decline gathering pace, and I think that was the appropriate time after this close below the 50 SMA, as that might have kept our stop loss fairly sharp. Even now, for the remaining part of today's session, I think the price area of around 14,500 is good enough to look for fresh shorting opportunity while keeping the stop loss just closer to this 14,600 mark, which is the immediate high established in this week itself. So that means we will have to take a risk of around 100 points, and on the lower side, the price target is going to be immediate target will of course be of these prior swing low, which were formed in this week itself. But if we see the break below this, then the 200 SMA area can be expected to be retested again in next couple of sessions. So yeah, the risk reward ratio is good enough, and it is actually much better than even 1 is to 2, fairly close to 1 is to 3. Now let's see what's happening in the commodity segment, where the instrument of light crude oil is the first choice for explaining the outlook in today's session. So here is this light crude oil's daily time frame chart, and as I had talked about the light crude oil's immediate support around this prior swing high in a couple of sessions earlier. I think I don't exactly remember, but most probably it was this week itself. And I had said that if the DAX is able to hold above this prior swing high after the break above that, we will see fresh buying momentum picking up slowly, and that's what we are observing in the light crude oils price action in this week. So in immediate term, the hurdle is this first resistance of this month's pivot point series, which is there around 66.3 USD per barrel level. And I am expecting this level to be breached. That might happen in today's session, or it might take a couple of days more. That's not something which we can be too sure about. But the general trajectory is on the bullish side. The formation has been of higher highs and higher lows, and this time around also, after getting closer to this prior support area, the DAX is again gathering strength and trying to move back above this first resistance of this month's pivot point series. So both these technical parameters are pointing north only, the regression curve as well as this pivot point series. And if the DAX is able to cross and hold above this immediate hurdle, then I think more market participants will be feeling confident enough to take the bait, and that might push the DX, the light crude oil even further on the higher side. And the next target zone works out closer to this second resistance. The price band is between US dollar 71 per barrel to US dollar 72 per barrel levels. So in today's session, as long as the light crude oil is holding well above this confluence zone of 50 and 100 SMA, which is there around US dollar 65.5 per barrel level, I think we can continue to look for buying opportunity, as this is going to keep our stop losses fairly sharp. And if we happen to be right, we have plenty of room on the higher side to allow the light crude oil to run up higher. The first target is going to be closer to this US dollar 68 per barrel level. But if that is breached, as I said while explaining the 4 hourly chart also, we can expect the price targets of even US dollar 72 per barrel in next couple of days. So this is the price area which we need to observe carefully, and depending on the price action, we will have to decide on where to get involved for the further move higher. So the price zone of around US dollar 66 per barrel to US dollar 65.5 per barrel is going to be crucial, and this is the price area which we can get involved into, while keeping in mind that the stop loss is not going to be much wider, not too wider. And I think these lows, which are closer to US dollar 64.5, can be utilized as our near term stop loss whenever we are looking for a fresh buying opportunity, as and when the light crude oil will try to cross above this immediate swing high, the yesterday's high, which is there around US dollar 66 per barrel level. So here we will have the probability of making a profit in a favorable manner, and also the risk reward ratio is also in our favor of better than even 1 is to 2. So that's it from my side for today's session. If any of you have any query or any idea to share, you can write to me in the feedback section, and I will be more than happy to take the discussion forward. Before I sign off, I would also like to remind of the risk associated with trading in the financial instrument, and also one should be careful while using the information provided. Have a fabulous day ahead and the weekend. See you on Monday. Till then, goodbye.